What's up, everyone? Welcome to Moose Milk Podcast, episode 58. 58. I'm your host, Ryan. Waiting for Mr. Matthew at Customs by Matthew to join us. But I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's enjoying their week. Had a nice week. Gonna have a nice weekend. Super Bowl weekend. My team's never gonna be in it, probably ever, but hey, the Bengals give us hope that anybody can make the Super Bowl, and it's not the same 6 teams over and over again, so should be a fun time. Matt's already here, already joined. Look how fast he is. Quickest man alive. Finnegan's going to join us for a little bit. Maybe he'll stop barking if he's on my lap. And now he kind of looks like he's on my computer doing, like, lab work. See? I can make anything fun with a dog. No, Matt still hasn't joined us. Just being a dick. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Boba Fett, the finale. That's our main topic for this episode. Here's Matthew. Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows? There he is. Look at this guy.
Hello.
What's up, buddy?
Just fucking living.
Living life like a boss.
Living the life.
Like
What's going on with you? You're on vacation now.
Fuck yeah, I am. Fuck my job. I hope it burns to the ground out there. Fucking
now that would force your hand.
Well, I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying hard. What a week. What a week it was.
Someone said they want to make a request. Devil's Grin Customs. Oh, I think if he's asking for a custom request, let's see what he says. But
I'll pop my shirt off, but you have to go follow Matt's YouTube channel. All right? I know that's your request. I can already see it. I'll pop my tarp off, but you got to go follow Matt's YouTube channel.
That's great.
We may get suspended from Instagram for me popping the tarp off, but you know, I gotta do what the fans ask, man. I'm just a friendly podcaster.
It's true, you know. So, he wants to close up a baby Grogu.
Sure.
Does the thing make noise?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
My back hurts.
Oh, okay.
There he is. He comes with a little frog guy. What's that?
I said he eats dung worms.
Sure does. Little frog man.
You're damn right he does.
Yeah, my dog wants to eat them, so, you know.
That's funny.
How was your week, buddy?
My week was still busy. Fuck, it never ends. It's annoying, man. Yeah. It was busy, and it was busy. Yeah, I was hoping to get way more done this week than I did, and I didn't. So that's fucking a drag. But
yeah, no, for sure.
Kate was at our house all week, so
welcome to chat. Yeah. No, that's good. That sucks. It's busy at my work too, but we're like massive shortages on like all our orders. So
yeah, that's one of my biggest frustrations right now. Is just like all my vendors are shorting our stores to the point where they're like, it's like we can't, like we're losing sales, right? And it's like, I know it's widespread, but it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Just constantly.
And it's actually like for people that are thinking like, oh, it's the trucker protest. That's what's stopping this. No, it's manufacturers aren't
yes.
They're not producing all varieties of every SKU. They don't have the employee capacity to meet demand, and
to do the full lineup.
Shortages. Yeah,
it's a mix. It's kind of like a mix of like not having staff, COVID still, and then
a lot of people are out of COVID. Yeah,
and then like the demand just keeps going up. Yeah. Like it's just like
COVID. And prices keep going up, and yet demand is still staying the same.
It's a bummer, dude. It's definitely a bummer.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's wild, but I can't say that I miss retail right now. I'm so ready to be out of retail.
I don't miss it either, but I'm in it, but I'm not really in it. Like, I don't experience it. I just deal with it.
The store level bullshit. I'm just like I'm so over it.
I get you, man.
Yeah, but enough of work. I don't know. I mean, Windsor's dealing with a lot of bad press this week because of the whole fucking Ambassador Bridge bullshit. So
yes, yeah,
I
heard about it.
Kind of a nightmare. Not for me particularly because I'm not on that side of the city, but it still isn't good.
Well, they're supposed to be out by 7, right? Isn't that what they said?
They said a thing for 7, but there was like literally nothing that happened, and then apparently like they're able to start finding people at midnight, and it's now 1:05, and as far as I know, still nothing has happened. So my assumption is they're waiting for people to mellow out and calm down before they go in and raid the people that are left. But
yeah, I think that's probably a smart idea.
I mean, a kid got hit by a car because of it. Fucking, it's not good. So
that's no good.
No. Anyway, just fucking get vaccinated, you fucking dumb people. But I'm so tired of it, dude. So tired of it.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir. Definitely.
Anyway, what'd you watch this week? Did you catch up on anything at all, or did you end up watching Murderville?
We're going to look at this dog.
You're getting another dog?
Not for sure, but we're going to. It's the same age as Homer. It's a dachshund again, and the breeder.
He's very cute.
Yeah, she's adorable. Yeah, she's super cute. So so we're gonna go meet her tomorrow and see. She's like super timid too, like Homer is. So it's like we're kind of hoping that would be like a good thing, right? Because Homer's pretty timid.
Are you bringing Homer to meet her, or
we might? He's got like a fever right now. So
that's not good.
Yeah. So if he's not feeling better tomorrow, then we won't. But if he is, then we will. So. But yeah, no, I haven't watched what's it called because Kate's not home yet. So, but she comes home tomorrow. So I was like, we are watching it as soon as you get home. I've been fucking waiting. So,
okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
I got a bunch of my friends to watch it. So,
did you? Nice.
Yeah.
Did everybody like it?
Everybody loved it. Everybody's like really digging it. So
I've only heard amazing things. I haven't heard anything bad about it. So I'm like, fuck, I need to get on this.
Yeah, no, it's great. I hope it keeps ramping up. Like it's a slow drip kind of thing where more and more people hop on it over time, and they really realize like second season, keep going with this idea because it's great.
Totally. Yeah, totally. I did watch, and again, like for me, my watching a lot of the time is just kind of background noise. But I can't remember what sparked it. Something you said last week made me think of Family Guy, like early Family Guy, and then as soon as we finished, I put on season 1 of Family Guy because all of them are on Disney Plus.
Right.
And fuck, man, I've just been laughing all week. I ended up finishing season 14, I think, of Always Sunny. No, season 13, and started season 14.
Nice.
Yeah. I finally finished it off.
You still digging it?
Yeah. It's funny.
So
it's
good,
like I'm finding it's like kind of at the part where I'm not saying it's not good. I still like it, but it's like I'm not finding them as funny as I did maybe the last 4 seasons before it, right?
Yeah, I think like season 7 to 11-ish, 7 to 12 maybe is like its super peak.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the last 2 seasons have been kind of like, okay, they're fine. There's hit and miss episodes. There's some great episodes in there. Yeah,
it's still good. I'm still laughing. I'm still getting a good chuckle, but yeah. It's like I find myself, it's like making me want to go back and watch from the beginning again now, right? Because it's like, but I'm like, I need to stay on track because I just need to finish, and then once I finish, then I can go back.
Yeah, when every the Sunny podcast drops, they cover an episode, so I'm trying to keep up with that, and so I'm just watching kind of an episode here and there. I'm a little bit ahead right now, but they're on the second. I think they're just both finished the second season on the podcast, so I'm somewhere in season 3, but
no, they just did the Danny DeVito. Oh no, that was the one where he gets I listen to it every week too. And I did you notice on Spotify now you can see it? It's not just weird.
When did that happen?
It's recent because I listened to it on Spotify.
So my friend Brett texted me and he's like, have you listened to the new Sunny Pod? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, did you see the video? And I was like, yeah. I've never noticed that before. And he's like, it must be brand new because I'd never noticed it either.
Because you could probably go back because I know they always did film it. So because they've said it a few times that they film it. So
Well, they just started doing the filming.
oh,
They-
did they?
they-
Oh,
They were filming it, I think, in house or like at least a little bit, but they weren't putting up the video of it.
right.
They were just doing the audio only. But now they're putting the video up on YouTube as well. But
Right.
they were doing like 2 episodes a week, and they've dropped it to 1. But I think it works because like so little of the podcast now is actually talking about the episode, and they're just going on like
I know.
blatant random tangents, and it's
I
so
know.
fucking funny.
It is pretty funny. I listen to
Still
them
good.
every week too. I like that they don't really have a schedule either. It's just like it seems like we get one Mondays, but then like sometimes we get them on Thursdays. I don't think we did this week though, but I think last week we did.
Last week we got on Monday, but yeah, I don't know. It seems to go up whenever they kind of feel like it, but yeah, no, it's great. It's hilarious. Those guys are awesome. Charlie just has a new movie out on Amazon Prime. It just came out today.
I
haven't
saw
watched it
that.
yet.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I know it's like a romantic comedy, but like
I don't care. Rom-coms are great.
Charlie's funny, so I'll watch anything with him in. It could literally be like him playing the ukulele for an hour or something, and I'm like, yeah, man, like, you know, he's just a funny guy. He's actually a really talented musician, so like that'd probably actually be really good. But you know,
So I watched that, and then like I said, I actually just finished the last of season 3 last night. So
Family Guy. Yeah.
And I'll probably
I
stop
haven't
there,
watched
to
these
be
episodes
honest.
in forever.
Yeah, that's why I watch them because like seriously, man, like they still are fucking great. Like they're still fucking so funny. Like,
Have
there
you
was a
kept
couple
up with it
times
at
where,
all?
like, nah, I can't. I got into it when it came back after season 3 because it got canceled after season 3, right? And then I was into it season 4, I was into it season 5, and then like by season 6 I was like just hanging on, and by season 7 I was like, this is just a mess. Like it's just like it's just so
I don't know where I
discombobulated.
stopped, but it was a little later than that. Like I feel like I maybe watched up to like season 10 or something like that, but I don't even know what season they're on now. I haven't watched the show in probably 5 years, so like I have no idea how the new episodes are. It's the same as The Simpsons for me. Like back in the day, I watched The Simpsons all the time, but like I probably haven't regularly watched a Simpsons episode in like 15 years.
Yeah, same. It's probably longer than that for me.
Yeah.
So there's again,
I'm sure
Simpsons is another one where there's like that group of episodes that are seasons that are like the best.
Phenomenal, yeah.
And I'm sure that if you went back, like I started rewatching Simpsons from season 2, and like I struggled to get through season 2 even. Like it was like pretty.
I feel
tough.
like it was like season 4 maybe or 5 where it like really hit its stride.
Season 3, I think it starts to get better,
Yeah.
and then I think season 4 is when they really kind of jump. So
yeah.
It's
a show I should go back to. I haven't watched that show in a long time either.
You should go back to Family Guy season 1, 2, 3. It's great, man. Like just so fucking funny.
The episode that got me into Family Guy, because I remember it came out and all my friends were watching it. Like I think Brian and Brett and Chris and had all watched it, and I seen an episode and I was like, this isn't funny. Like this isn't for me at all. And then the episode where they like go into hiding or whatever, and all the raccoons are in the like hut or whatever, and the raccoons are popping out of everything. I was like crying, laughing, like I was in tears. And I was like, oh, okay, now I get this show. Like, this show is fucking phenomenal.
So
and that's
good.
what hooked me. Yeah.
I wish I could remember. There was one reference that came up, and it was, what was it from? Oh, it was a Always Sunny reference. It was the gang turns black or whatever. The musical one. You know, who is amazing? Like probably my favorite one.
It's a phenomenal episode.
Who's the guy that works at the hospital and he's like an actor or something, and they like there's a joke about that movie that they keep referencing where like he's like, why haven't I zoomed, or why haven't
Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula, that's right. And so like in the thing in Family Guy, he's like, why haven't I jumped or leaped or whatever? I can't jump. Yeah, why haven't I jumped? And he's like, Ziggy hasn't. It's not the right time or something.
Yeah, I think it might be leaped actually. I missed my leap, or I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah,
I can't remember, but I died laughing because I was like, oh my god, I actually get I remember that, but like I just never understood it. Like I watched those episodes so many fucking times when I was younger.
Okay.
So I had a great week of just laughing in the background to fucking stupid Family Guy. So many good episodes.
Yeah. The show's, I mean, it was great. I can't speak to it now, but the show I would like to like randomly pick up and just watch a few episodes from later seasons and see how it holds up. But who has the time? Who has time?
We were just saying that earlier. Who's got the time?
I'm watching.
I was gonna just quickly. I'll just finish up, and then I launched my YouTube channel this week. So if anybody wants to show some love, YouTube Customs by Matthew, please subscribe and like, so I can get some peeps or whatever.
I was trying to pop off my tarp to get you some followers earlier, man. I mean, just no takers in the chat.
It's disappointing.
The new logo is absolutely gorgeous, and your first video went up today.
Yeah, man.
Fucking great.
I love it.
Great tip. Yeah.
I got a little bit of bumps on my first live stream on YouTube on Wednesday, but I got all the stuff in today to make that better. So hopefully next Wednesdays will be smooth sailing.
Yeah, no, you got some cool tech going on for your YouTube channel and multicam and fucking logos.
Yeah, the multicam's sweet. Love it.
You got fucking fancy boy over here.
I know. It's true.
Yeah, no, everything looks good
for you. That's all I got.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I started watching Schitts Creek.
Yes, that's right.
My buddy Brett recommended it to me, and I know a lot of people are into it, like last year or a couple years ago or whatever, but just never caught up on it. So I started that from the beginning. I haven't seen it. I'm on beginning of season 3 right now. So I watched like the first 2 seasons.
Pretty quick. How did you like?
Yeah,
season 2?
They're short. They're 20-minute episodes, right?
I know. And there's only like 15 or something. But how did you like season 2?
It's good. It's really good. It's not like anywhere near like my favorite sitcom ever, but everybody's telling me that it gets better as it goes on. Like later seasons are the best seasons. So
yeah,
maybe that will change.
The more time you spend with the characters, the more you will like it. It's great. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like Stevie and Alexis like crack me up like crazy. And,
yeah, they're both great.
Yeah, I know. The show's very funny.
I'm telling you though, Moira just becomes a parody of herself. Like,
yeah,
she just gets so crazy. It's awesome.
Like, I didn't like her at all in the first season. I thought she was obnoxious, and like she changes her wig every episode or whatever. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like her voice is ridiculous. Like all of it.
Her voice gets more ridiculous. But it's
by the end of season 2, I was like, oh, like they're going in on even harder on it. Like she's getting crazier and crazier as it goes on. And I'm like,
it gets even harder. Like it
reminds me of Arrested Development.
Totally. There's a lot of similarities.
Yeah, it's like a Canadian version of Arrested Development. Like it's very like I don't know, but it's good. I like it a lot. It's funny. I recommend it. It's a good show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's good little sitcom.
I agree. Definitely I can't recommend that one enough. I like that one. It's a feel good comedy. And like Ryan said, it's not going to be that thing that's going to make you like. It's not like going to be the funniest thing ever, but it's like it's great. It's super smart comedy and it's funny.
It's well written. It's well acted. Yes. It's funny. Yeah. It's not like the funniest thing you've ever seen, but it's like it's also like not negative in any way. Where it's like it just makes you feel good, and it's I don't know. It's a good show. It's not.
After you finish the last season, make sure you watch the making of documentary. It's awesome.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so I spent most of my time this week watching that. I played a little bit more of Dying Light 2. Still enjoying that. It's a good game.
Nice.
Recommend it for people if you're into open world kind of zombie games. A lot of fun RPG elements. Playing that on PS5. I've had no issues, but I know there are glitches and shit out there. So I can't speak to other consoles, but I'm having no problems with it on PS5. And then Horizon comes out next week, which I will be probably streaming next Friday just to, I don't know, it's a big new game. Give that a whirl. I do want to do some Lego this coming week too, because I'm on vacation.
You're off, so do it.
So I think I'm going to try to get that Batmobile finished this week.
Finished? Did you even already started it?
I haven't started it. I'm going to try to start it and finish it this week.
Holy commitment.
Well, I don't know how long it's smaller than that. So if I can, like, if it's like 20-hour build, then no, I wouldn't do it. But it's smaller than that, and that took me 15 hours or 16 hours.
Yeah,
so
okay. Yeah, okay. That might be
I assume I can do it if I do a couple hours a day. I could probably nail it this week, but that's the plan at least. I got like 7 Lego things to build, so I mean, I got they're building up, they're adding up, so I got to get on these.
You got your depression pile.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, that's about it. I think that's all I really got into this week. I can't think of anything else I watched.
Nice. What do we got? It's 10:20. We've been talking for 20 minutes.
About nothing, just random.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what we do.
Status quo, yeah.
How did you like Boba? I mean, I probably know how you like Boba, but
that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's better than I thought you were gonna say. So,
I'll put it this way: I didn't watch it a second time. I literally wasn't even interested in watching it a first time. I really didn't. I had no hype for the finale.
At that point. Yeah.
I've had enough. I wasn't really into it from about halfway through through the season anyway. It was fine. I mean, I think it ended better than the last 2 or 3 episodes were, but it really felt to me kind of a mess of a show in general. It really felt like the finale to me felt like a 6-year-old who got a bunch of action figures and just slammed them into each other for 45 minutes. But there were some cool moments within the finale that I really enjoyed, and yeah, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever watched, but I enjoyed it.
Should probably say spoilers up front here for.
Yeah, well, that's why I was just trying to keep
the whole season. I would say, right, is probably.
Yeah, that was my impressions. I mean, we can get into spoilers now, but what did you think of it? How did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, that's about my thoughts as well. Like, a lot of the stuff I'm sure we're going to say tonight, and we haven't spoken, just so anybody knows. Brian and I haven't talked about this. We always try to save our discussions about it for this, so it's not...
fresh.
Yeah, so it's fresh. It was fine. Like, I felt like it was drawn out, but quick.
Yep.
I felt like maybe not quick. I felt like it was drawn out, and I felt like it was rushed. And I felt like it was just like 30 minutes of people shooting at a force field that you can't shoot at and does nothing. And I'm just like, why are you still shooting at this thing? Like, you can't shoot it. Like, why? Like, and how come no one's trying to aim for that fucking red glowing eye? Like, what the fuck?
That's what I don't understand. It's like,
for that. That's obviously where you hit it.
I was yelling at my TV the entire time because I'm like, why are you still shooting at this thing? Your lasers aren't penetrating the thing. Like, try something else. Drop a building on it. Fucking do anything else but shooting it. Continue to shoot it.
We did it for 30 minutes, so yeah. It was fine. There was, again, I think like the things that I felt they've been doing well in the series, which is like the fan service. I feel like they do a good job with fan service. Like, it doesn't feel like it's being shoved down your throat, which I love. I feel like they do a really good job at handling it all. But then, like I said, I end up looking at it and I'm just like, oh, the stuff I liked about this show was just the fan service. It wasn't like a cohesive story. It was just like, oh, I love this because I got to see Luke and Grogu, and I got to see Ahsoka and Luke, and I got to see like all this shit, right? And it was whatever. It was fine. I mean, as a whole, I think it was a good like Star Wars story, but like as a Boba Fett centric story, I feel like it was horrible. Like, it really didn't. In my opinion, it didn't play to his character in any capacity. Like, everybody who came in had more time with development than Boba Fett did. Yeah. And even the development on Boba Fett's story we got, it made him look like less of a badass and more of a, I don't want to say like a wimp, but like, he got handled a few times. And I'm not saying that pet lovers are like fucking pussies. I'm not saying that. I love pets too, right? But it's just like, you see that side where he's like with a rancor, and it's just like, dude, it's hard to take you serious as like this, like, badass motherfucker when it's like,
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I feel like it did no justice to the character in any way, storytelling wise or development wise of its character. I think that's the weakest part of the show is the story. I mean, like again, I've said it the last few weeks. Is like it feels like if this was called Star Wars Stories or Tatooine Tales or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and it was like maybe a 2-episode arc on Boba Fett, and then like a 2-episode arc on Fennec, and then maybe like a 2-episode arc on Grogu or the Mandalorian or something like that, and it just hopped around, and then at the end it kind of all tied it together some way. Yeah. I think it would have been a better cohesive way of telling the story, but when you set it up as a Boba Fett story, you expect that it's going to involve Boba Fett, and it just let me down in that regard. It's like there's very little no story development for Boba Fett. Like it's stuff we already kind of knew and expected, and then a big battle scene at the end, which again I expected. How else was this going to end? Like I don't know. It didn't shock me. It didn't surprise me. It didn't blow me away in any way. Like, was I stoked to see him riding a Rancor? Sure, that's awesome. But
yeah, I agree. But again, though, right? It got to the point where like he beats the shit out of the one robot, and then we have to go and do it again. And I'm just like, man, we just did this for like 5 minutes. What are we doing here?
Right. Like, it just seems like there should have been like 2 teams of people, and he's on one, and then like some of the other cool cast is on another, and they come up with 2 different ways to take down the robots, and like maybe coordinating between the teams, and like I think there was like a way more interesting way to tell the story of like, yeah, he grabs the Rancor and maybe takes down one, but meanwhile, the Mandalorian and Grogu are using Force shit and like dropping buildings on it because Grogu has control over the Force, or like something along those lines where you have like the aggressive side of it, and then you have like the more mystical, magical side of it, and
right,
and see like the 2 teams coalescing and maybe coming together at the end to take down whatever alien dude guy that everybody liked. Cad Bane, and then immediately got murdered. Great. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know why you introduce that character and then everybody gets stoked about it, and then you kill him off in the next episode. But okay.
So there's 2 things. So one, just because. So I don't know. Do we want to jump that far into it right away?
No, you can talk about whatever. But
I'll come back.
That's my amateur look at it, not knowing anything about the cartoon or anything like that. Like to me, introducing a character and then to immediately kill him off. Yeah, he's probably not dead. I assume this is my amateur storytelling look at it. Those tubes or something, I assume, are to give him like oxygen outside of what he needs, or maybe revive him in some way, or I don't know. I'm just assuming
sure
that's
the case, but I have it written down.
It looks like an extra pair of lungs, so that's why I'm guessing.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? It kind of like played out like a video game. That's what it kind of reminded me of, where it's like we're here. Here's these 2 giant bosses, and then we're gonna fight one of them, and then we're gonna go and like have this big battle with the second one again, and then we're gonna go. And I just was like, man, this is like, it's just so like anticlimactic, and it's like, and I guess another thing was like, the way they kind of talked about like the Syndicate, it was like we were waiting for this like fucking army.
Yeah,
but it's like the whole time it felt like we were just fighting like a handful of them. Like everybody was just fighting. There's like a dozen on one side, a dozen on. Like, nothing really made them seem like super imposing, like this big.
It was just stormtroopers.
Yeah, pretty much fish troopers.
Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously they're different, but like, yeah, it's just stormtroopers again, where it's just like you don't have any personality to these enemies. They're getting shot. Like they're just fodder, completely. Like
no. I get that. I understand that they were just army builders, as we say.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Right? Like, again, it's the same thing I've been complaining about, where it's like the same story over and over again. Where like, why not try to do something different with them, or show a different side of them? Or what were they even really trying to achieve? Like
they were running that spice, baby.
Yeah, but like, who cares? Like, it's not enough of a impactful story to really care about what. I don't care about spice. We don't even really know. Like, it's never really been a huge part of the Star Wars universe. So why do I give a fuck of whether they take spice off this planet or what? Like,
well,
I don't know.
It just said it. They've always.
I know, but like, it's never been like. Hey, like Tatooine's entire economy is based off of spice, and if they don't have spice, then all these innocent people are going to die or like whatever. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like a very insignificant plot point where I'm like, I don't really care about these guys. Like, either way.
I get that one though. I get that one. Because even in like A New Hope, like the redo one where they added that scene with Jabba at the beginning, he mentions that Han owes him because he lost a freight of his spice or whatever, which is also what happened in Solo. Oh no, Solo he didn't lose the spice, he lost
I don't remember. I've only seen
or something. Yeah,
I've only seen the movie once, so I don't know. It felt very anticlimactic, the entire thing, where I was just like, this is exactly what I expected, and it's fine, but it did feel like a video game. It felt like smashing a bunch of action pieces together, and like, that's fine. It was interesting. I think kids are going to enjoy it a lot more than like I did personally, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. It was just okay. Like it wasn't the best episode for me. Like I still think the best episodes. I know you didn't like the last two, but I think episode 5 and 6 were, without question, easily hands down the best episodes of this series. Which is sad because Boba Fett didn't say a line between both of them. So, but
I think the first episode, maybe. Yeah. First or second episode. Was
your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like I said. It had serious pacing issues, and like like the story was just like a jumbled mess. And like I said, even when we got to episode 6 or when we got to episode 5, like man, we were literally only like a few steps ahead of where we were in the post credits of Mandalorian season 2.
Yep,
we know. Yeah, Jabba. Like really, that's like almost it.
No, I totally agree. And like, I don't know where it goes from here. I don't know if you've read anything or whatever, but like, do we really want a second season of this? Because I don't.
Well, the thing is I don't think they've said that was happening yet. So I mean, who's to say? But one of the things I was going to try to go in order, but we never do that good at that anyway. No. So I'll just say it. Like the last thing when him and Fennec are walking through Tatooine, or not Tatooine, Mos Espa or whatever, and they're just like, we're not suited for this. And she's like, well, yeah, what do we do or whatever, right? And I'm just like, you just spent fucking 7 episodes talking about how you want to rule respect and blah blah blah. These are my people, blah blah blah, which was already a hard sell because it's just like we haven't done anything yet. And then after all of this, like after everything, you're just like, yeah. I'm good now. Let's go do something different.
Got that out of me.
Like, what?
Yeah, it's like a midlife crisis. It's like, I think I'm going to go buy a sports car and become an accountant. I've been a lawyer for 20 years. I think I'm going to try to be an accountant. And then you go, nah, that didn't work. I'm going to go be a hockey player. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I got bored with it. And like, the story was bad. I don't know who wrote the story, but like, I'm sorry, the story sucked.
It was not that great. This one wasn't. Things I liked. So at that first part where they send out the spokesman guy for the mayor. I can't remember his name. Major Domo guy or whatever.
Major Domo, yeah.
He was like talking, and then Boba Fett and Mando start flying around with their jetpacks shooting. I was like,
yeah, that's awesome.
We had like 2 more of these scenes in some earlier episodes. It probably would have changed a shit ton of my perspective on this.
Totally.
Like seeing action is like for Boba Fett in particular is like that's what I'm looking for. I want to see him be a badass. And like we've literally watched him walk around and do nothing all this whole thing. So it's like as soon as that happened, I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. That was an awesome scene.
Yeah, it was really good. I don't know if you noticed this, but the Vespa gang there, who we love so much, so brutal. You ever notice like how slow those things look like they're going all the time? Like it looks like someone could just like run up next to them and like, what are you doing?
It looks like me on a bike.
It's just so ridiculous. I
don't know. That whole thing, the way they look does not fit the Star Wars universe in any way, in my opinion, and it just clashes with everything else. Yeah, it's jarring looking.
It's particularly jarring for Tatooine. If it was on like Coruscant, or if it was on like some of the prequel planets,
yeah,
like I know Tatooine's a prequel planet, but
yes, but Coruscant makes sense. Like it's more fancy and stuff, but like for
it's like kind of future tech kind of shit, right?
Yeah, like the only thing I can mention out of that gang is that the girl that leads that like cyber gang or fucking cyberpunk gang or whatever. She's one of the main stars of that. Fuck, I lost my fucking train of thought. Yeah, the Yellow Jacket show that I was watching a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you mentioned that, yeah. Didn't you say that a couple weeks ago? I think you did.
I don't know if I did or not, but she's like the main star of that show, or one of the main stars of that show. So like,
cool.
She's having quite a good year. I mean, being in a Star Wars show and being in fucking another hit show, like wild. But other than that, like I have nothing positive to say about that aspect of it. It just does not suit Star Wars in any way. I don't know why they were even there, really.
Yeah. I don't know. Everything just seems super rushed with this, which is weird because it was drawn out as shit. Like there was so much room to put stuff, but it just it's like you said, we had nothing to really go into this looking forward to, right? And it's like I have to say too, even seeing Grogu again, we didn't even talk about that. So Grogu comes back and is with Mando, and he's wearing his little chainmail shirt, and like even that sucks. Like it's like now we're going into Mando season 3, exactly where we basically like we don't even get any time where Mando and him are like they could have spent like 4 or 5 episodes like getting ready to put those two back together next season, and could have expanded on that whole storyline a lot more. And I feel like that's a humongous like missed opportunity to like just Grogu's gonna go and learn the Jedi way. Oh no, he's not.
So
like,
I think their story arc is going to be like he has obviously some kind of force powers, and he's learned a little bit from Luke where he can do force things, and I'm sure that's going to play into the next season of Mando. But like, I don't really know where you carry on that story to. Like his whole idea in the first 2 seasons was to get him back kind of to his people and make sure he's safe, and now he's just back with Mando flying around. Like if the Empire or whatever is still after him in any way, like, I don't know how that changes anything for season 3. Like, what? Okay, so we're just going to carry on that story. Like, what? I don't know what season 3's story arc could possibly be.
Like, I'm not really concerned about it because I feel like it'll be fine. But like, it's just more like frustrating to me that I feel like we missed out on what could have been like a more expanded on story.
Totally.
And like involving that story arc that now we're not going to get to have because it's like, it's kind of just been wasted. I don't want to say wasted, but it's like, if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett and you just went Mando season 1, season 2, at the end of season 2, Grogu's gone, and at the beginning of season 3, he's back. You're just like, what the fuck?
Well, guaranteed the first 5 minutes of season 3 of Mando is going to be previously on Book of Boba Fett. And it can tell the entirety of Book of Boba Fett in 5 minutes because that's all those story elements there are.
But what I'm just saying is like it just seems like a humongous missed opportunity to do some really awesome character building, and it's just like it's a pretty.
And how cool would it have been if like the story was different and you have fucking Grogu on the planet with Luke, and Mando finds out that like whatever Sith or whatever is after Grogu, and they're coming in to like go to attack Luke and Grogu or whatever, and then Mando comes and rides in, and like they could have had like a really cool lightsaber battle there, or they could have showed like a bunch of really cool things on that planet. And I mean, maybe that's not the right way to go with it because we have to know that Luke's academy is safe and like all that kind of thing. Clearly, that's setting up the future of Star Wars or whatever, but. I don't know. I just feel like there's a way cooler way to tell that story that it's a missed opportunity. Yeah,
I agree. Well,
but
like even
we knew that was going to happen too.
Like what I thought would have been cool, and what I kind of hoped that we would get to see more of, like Mando and Luke interact, is like in Star Wars Rebels, Sabine gets the Darksaber at one point, and like she has the same issue that Din has with it, where she like it's like heavy and she like is struggling to. So like she trains with Kanan, who's a Jedi, like how to use it basically, and how he kind of says to her is like, you have to kind of like what the armor said, right? You have to kind of feel it. It has to be like, you have to flow with it. And so like in Rebels we get that, and what I kind of hoped we were going to get with this was that we would get like, you know, Din goes to Luke to try to get Grogu or whatever, and then ends up like learning from him and like, you know, having like lightsaber lessons essentially from Luke, which I thought would have been.
I think that might still happen.
Yeah, maybe.
I think, I mean, as little as I want to see Luke in the next season, and maybe they won't go with Luke, and maybe they'll go with what's her face, Ahsoka as like some kind of like lightsaber training situation or whatever. He has to learn how to use that thing, because clearly that's going to be like a pivotal part of season 3. And
yes, I think so too.
I mean, even when he was fighting those fucking droids in the finale of Boba Fett, like you could tell that he was still like massively struggling to use the fucking thing, and like he's swinging it like it weighs 300 pounds compared to a lightsaber, which is so
exactly.
I don't know. I like the look of it. Like, I think it looks awesome, and it made me really want like a fucking Darksaber toy to fucking attack my dog with. But no, I'd probably actually just end up giving it to my nephew and make him fucking sword fight me, because he's getting pretty rambunctious. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know where.
So they have a.
What I want, if you see this online anywhere that they sell, I want like a humongous Rancor stuffed animal, and I'm gonna give it to my nephew.
I'm sure there's some stuff out there, and I'm sure there'll be more now that we've had him show up again.
Because he's obsessed with like stuffed animals and shit, and he has like an Elmo, and he has like a bunny and shit that he like carries around the house and whatever. Nah, that's not gonna fly. This is not an Elmo household. This is a Rancor household, right?
Speaking of the Rancor, one of the other notes I had was the Rancor versus Battle Droid was another one of those moments of like uniting or tying in like old Star Wars and new Star Wars, because I was like, oh my god, those battle droids, because those battle droids are like apparently like an unused like idea from the prequel movies apparently.
Oh really? Well, they do do really look like those
droids, the ones, right? The roll out. And
that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, the attack ones. Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called, but
I can't think of it either. But yeah, no, that's exactly what they reminded me of, and they're just like obviously
seeing
bigger.
Rancor fight it was pretty fantastic.
Oh, it was awesome!
Like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Like you said, like I love the Rancor fight. I just wish it would have been kind of done in a better way, where it wasn't twice attacking the same things, right? Like
me too.
But it was cool, and I loved seeing Grogu snuggle up with him at the end, just because I was like,
"Oh, that was hilarious!"
Cute. Yeah,
falls asleep.
Yeah, I love Grogu. Like
jumped up. Me too. I love Grogu. When Pia is that her name? The girl who what's her name? The weird chick with the little laugh.
Yeah.
Something. Amy Sudeikis. Is that right?
Yeah.
Amy Sudeikis.
I don't know. Fuck. I gotta look it up.
Pella. I think her name's Pella. Pella or something. Anyway, I actually quite like her. I remember from Mando, the first couple seasons of Mando, I was just like, yeah, she's kind of annoying. But then like I started to like her in episode 5 where she was building the ship with him. And then I quite liked her in this as well. I thought she was pretty. I like how she loses her tooth. That made me laugh.
Yeah, that was great.
I like when she shows Grogu to him. He like jumps up and hugs him. I was like, oh, that's so fucking cute.
Peli Motto.
Peli, that's right.
Amy Sedaris,
Amy Sedaris, there we go.
Yeah, no, I loved how he hopped up to her, and like fucking when he sees fucking Mando and he hops up towards him and like so kind of like fucking force jumps out of the thing, and it's adorable. I love him.
Me too.
That's a relationship that like I love. That's my favorite part of the show is him and Mando's relationship, and I hope that only can continue. And I hope that I was surprised that we didn't get like a word from Grogu, but I definitely think that's going to happen in Mando season 3. Is Grogu's going to say something?
I'd love to get a little time jump.
Yeah, that'd be great too. If it gave us like 3 years later or something, or like maybe even not that long, but just something where Grogu's a little bit older and maybe had, learned a little more Force shit, and like we don't need every intricate moment, but like, they've been on missions together, him and Mando are flying around doing shit, and I don't know. Or
I would love to see Din get into some Force stuff. That might be kind of cool too.
Well, maybe that's what he needs to be able to handle that saber, right?
Maybe.
But I hope that eventually we get to see the fall of Luke's Jedi school. Like, that would be awesome.
That would be amazing. I don't know if they're going to fast forward that much. You have to think at this point, Kylo's not even born.
Are we sure?
No, but pretty sure.
He could be young.
Yeah, but remember, so Leia is Luke's first student. That's been determined in the sequel.
Yeah, but obviously they can't show that.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, Leia stopped being a Jedi when Ben was born.
Right. So, but I'm saying, like, if they fast forwarded like 3 years or 4 years or something like that, like that could be past the point where Leia's had.
For sure.
Then we can.
We still need to get to the point where he's like, 8 years old.
Yeah.
So you got to really fast forward like 10 years, probably.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I hope we get to see that at some point, though.
I do too. I'm not. It would be cool to see that happen and Grogu go back to try to like stop it from happening or something. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, and maybe you can't get what's his face back as fucking
Kylo.
Yeah, Kylo, but maybe you could cast like a younger actor to play him as like a 14, 15-year-old, whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
And that way,
imagine Adam Driver playing a 14-year-old. It's like, hello.
Well, look at Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a 60-year-old man playing a fucking 25-year-old Luke, or whatever.
Well, just his face, really, but yeah. Even the voice is apparently not him. It's like an AI thing, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read that was like they basically like have a bunch of like dialogue from Luke or whatever from when he was younger, and basically somebody was able to make like a voice simulator just with the amount of footage they have of him as Luke. So
that's a scary future we're in, man.
Fucking totally, dude. So crazy.
Somebody's gonna be able to steal your identity like so easily in like 5 years when this is like readily available to people.
Yeah. It's a pretty wild, for sure.
So what did you think about the whole end credit scene too? We haven't talked about that at all.
Before I do, I want to go back to what I was saying about Cad Bane. It kind of ties into that. So when we see Cad Bane on the ground dead at the end after Boba stabs him with a gaffy stick, there's like a beeping and like a red light that blinks on his chest. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with maybe how he survives. To be honest with you, even if he dies, there's still enough room, like they don't go sequentially anyway. Like it's not like nothing is going to be made prior to like timeline wise prior to this. Like they jump around all the time still. So
totally.
Even if this is the end of the line for Cad Bane, like it makes sense that it ends with Boba because they have such history together. And it doesn't mean that we won't see him again in Bad Batch. They set that up in Bad Batch the first season. If they do more Clone Wars stuff or Clone Wars spin-offs, I wouldn't be surprised if they saw him again. So it's not like it's the end of him, right? And if they do anything else, anywhere in the timeline, he could be present, right? And it would be cool. So
no, totally. I mean, obviously, showing all the backtracking in that show, like they're not scared of flashbacks or whatever. My dog's gonna drive me insane. I would not be surprised if they do a whole series live action that's before this. Like, it wouldn't shock me at all. Like,
not me neither.
We could get the Ahsoka series could be before this. Like, we don't know. We don't even know what that person.
I bet you this. I can imagine the Ahsoka series is going to jump around a little bit. Yeah. It's got a rich history, so
that's what I'm saying. Like, it might not be from where we see it now. It could be, wherever between
anywhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So
Okay,
yeah,
bring your toy.
know.
That's true.
Okay, so I would say that like the after set credit scene was a little bit lackluster. Only because even though they didn't say, I guess they kind of, he's like, they shot him in cold blood. But so that after credit scene with Cobb Vanth in the back of the tank with the disco robot maker guy there. Can't remember his name. The guy who mods people.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what you call him, but yeah, I at first I didn't even know who it was in the tank.
I was like, somebody. I was like, was that Cobb Vanth?
I'm looking. I'm like, I can't even figure out who that is. And then when I saw the pyro lighter thing on the guy that mods everybody, I was like, okay, so he's modding somebody. And then I kind of figured it out slowly. I was like, who got shot that he would need to like repair? And then I was like, oh. But then I also for a second thought it might be the fucking Squid Man. And I was like, I didn't look like him, so.
Squid Man. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember these guys' names. They're fucking, dude. But
Squid Man.
I was disappointed that it was such a lackluster after credit scene, and I really thought, like, why didn't they just say fucking Obi-Wan's coming in the end of May at the end of that? Like, they announced it the next day publicly.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have that as a tag stinger in the end of this? Like, I don't know. Seems weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Vanth. So, like, I'm happy that he's not going to be gone.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
But yeah, I mean, at the same time, I also don't really care if we come back to this story at all. Like, I don't need to see the next person take over for Boba. Like, the story for Boba taking over fucking sucked. So it's like, not really super excited to see someone not Boba Fett, even though I like Cobb Vanth. Like, I'm not sure if I'm that compelled to watch him then take it over with the Power Rangers and, you know, all that shit, right? So I'm just like,
Power Rangers. Yeah.
Even at the end, at the end where they're all standing around, I could, like with like Fennec and Boba and the Power Rangers in black or whatever, and it just kind of like zooms out and they're all just like joking around. I'm just like, you know how like they end and they're all like laughing or something or
high five slow motion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It was fine. I'll give it a solid 6.5 out of 10.
As a Boba Fett story, I would say it's like a 5 out of 10. But as a Star Wars story, I would say it's probably a 6.5 out of 10, probably. 6.5, that's what you gave it. I give it a 7, probably.
Yeah, I mean, was any part of this mandatory to see as a Star Wars fan? For me, no. For people that like love these characters from the animated series and stuff, sure.
I would definitely say that for somebody who is heavily invested into Clone Wars or Rebels,
yeah,
there's enough here. I would say it's that warrants watching for sure. But it's not a Boba Fett story.
No, definitely not. It should have, like I said, should have been titled something different. It's a very misleading title, and
everybody had more development than Boba Fett did in this.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we get the backstory, which I guess is something, but it's just like, again, it doesn't relate to, it doesn't, like, nothing comes of it. Like, we don't get to use any of it anywhere.
No.
We didn't even talk about how dope Fennec Shand is.
Oh, she's great. I mean, like I said last week, I think the second season should be the book of Fennec Shand. I don't think it should be anything to do with Boba Fett.
Well, it doesn't sound like she's leaving him, though. That's the thing, right? It sounds like she's going to stick with him, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just think she's a way more interesting character, a way cooler character, and has way more room to develop.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, the fact that she took out all the Pikes, all the family heads, and on the way to doing that, she saved the mods and Black. Oh, she didn't save Black. I guess we don't know that, but she saved the mods, and then. Yeah, I'm just like, man, she's sick.
I mean, we didn't really talk about Black getting his ass whooped, like, fucking the entire episode, but...
Poor Black.
Like, I was amazed at how much fucking... I was amazed at how much damage that guy could take, because I was like, dude, he's gotten hit by, like, everything, and he's just getting his ass kicked.
I love it, though.
Yeah, I thought they were going to kill him at that one point. And I was like, why would you introduce this character to kill him off? But
yeah. At least they didn't, which is good.
no, I'm glad they didn't. He's cool.
Yeah, me too.
I love Wookiees, man. Wookiees are dope.
I actually think Black is one of the things in the series that I like the most. Like that first scene where he breaks into the palace and pulls Boba out of the Bacta tank. Like that's one of my favorite scenes from this whole series.
Yeah.
And it just takes
great.
all of them to try to take him down, and he's just, I think he gets stabbed like fucking 6 times, and he's just like, don't care.
Yeah, no. He's the coolest character, maybe besides Fennec, but
yeah, I like Fennec a lot too. Fennec's really good. But again, I felt like we didn't get to spend a shit ton of time with her either. So
no, we did, but that's why I want the next season to focus on her rather than Boba Fett.
I'd love that.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
So yeah, we have what? We have Moon Knight at the end of March, and then we have Obi-Wan at the end of May. So that's, and we have what?
Andor's not till later, right?
Yeah, Mandor's after, but what is a May Marvel movie? Doctor Strange? Yeah, so I assume that will flow right into each other.
Yes.
Pretty well.
I would assume so, yes.
So then we just have the next 5 weeks till Moon Knight. We have to figure out something to do for the show. But
we have to figure out something for next week.
Well,
if anyone has any ideas, shoot them to Ryan. Shoot them at Moose Milk Media.
Yeah, you can comment on the episode. You can private message me. I don't care. As long as you're being kind and not saying some crazy shit, then yeah, no problem. Private message me.
You can say something kind and then say some crazy shit. We like that.
Sure.
Got a balance.
I would like to do our favorite things of last year episode at some point. Some kind of, I know you don't watch or listen to any new music really, but
I'll still go along for the ride.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to recommend some stuff I listened to or watched last year. I'm gonna go see Scream and Jackass probably this week, so we could also talk about that at some point.
I'd love to see Jackass.
I wish you lived here and I had somebody to go with, because I think I'm going by myself to see that movie. But I love Jackass. Yeah.
He was on Johnny Knoxville was on Smartless 2 weeks ago.
On what?
Smartless?
Oh.
That Jason Bateman, Will Arnett podcast?
I thought you said Spartacus, and I'm like...
Johnny Knoxville is on Spartacus? Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. This is Spartacus.
He was just on Steve-O's podcast, too.
Oh, nice. I didn't know Steve-O had a podcast.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel. It's hit and miss because he interviews a lot of random fucking people, but he has interviewed a lot of he interviewed Jeff Tremaine. He interviewed somebody else from Jackass. I can't remember who the fuck it was. And now obviously he's doing he did Knoxville, but some interesting tidbits here and there from Steve-O as a recovering he's recovering drug addict and all that shit. He gets into that a lot about how fucked up he was during Jackass 1 and 2. And I guess pretty much everybody was. It sounds like Knoxville was popping pills and fucking...
Well, does that really surprise you?
No. How can you do a lot of these things without being fucking fucked up?
Exactly.
No, for sure. And it doesn't surprise me, especially now, Bam in the condition that he's in, he's put on a lot of weight. He's, alcoholic and maybe drug addict. I don't want to speak for him, but he's in bad shape, and it doesn't surprise me. I'm like, how else do you do a lot of this shit without being on something? There's no way.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't know. The new movie's getting great reviews, so it should be fun.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to hear that.
They
have some new blood in there too, apparently.
Yeah, they have four new people in the cast, and they make them redo early Jackass stuff. I think in part of the movie. Yeah, I think that one of them does the cup test, and one of them does the what do you call it when he tests the taser and shit on people. I can't remember what he called that stunt, but I saw one clip where the new girl fucking licks a taser.
Oh no!
And I'm like, oh fuck, that's gonna be bad. But I don't know. I love I've always been a Jackass fan. I can't help myself.
Jackass is pretty funny. I agree. I can't help but laugh at people being fucking dumbasses and
Yeah.
hurting
So
themselves.
I'm hoping to see both those this week. So we can talk about that too. But
nice. I would love to be able to, but I'm not going to lie. The way the week has been, the last few weeks have been, and I still have shit to do for this YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to get out and do anything like that this week. Probably not. So
it's all good, buddy. It's all good.
But,
we'll talk privately. We'll figure something out for next week, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good to me.
And that was inside the planning of the podcast, live on the podcast.
Woo!
Welcome.
We're the best. Yeah, this also concludes the Book of Boba Fett recap.
It does. It does. Did you? Oh, I guess I kind of talked to you about this, but for people that aren't following things, apparently Netflix is pulling all the Marvel shows at the end of the month. So if you have not watched a Daredevil, fucking Punisher, Jessica Jones, any of that shit, apparently it's all leaving Netflix in 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So I'd get on that if you want to rewatch it.
I wonder where they're going to put that.
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to pop up in Disney Plus as like retro non-canon shows like they have on there.
They have that section for
because apparently all the rights resort to Disney at the end of the month, and that's why they're pulling them.
Easy to read name says probably dump it on Hulu. That means Stars Plus, doesn't it?
Yeah, we don't have Hulu in Canada, so it probably will appear on Stars on Disney Plus for us. But we don't get Hulu here in Canada.
I think that's where all the Hulu stuff lives currently, is on Stars for us. Pretty sure.
So my assumption is it'll be Disney Plus for us, but I don't know other countries what their situation will be. But maybe
as long as I have access to it, still I don't care. I just hope.
I'm hoping Disney just paid the rights to Netflix. And it's like, hey, here's the production cost on these shows. Like, we're just going to take them and put them on Disney Plus. And
that'd be great. Well, it's not like they're doing anything over there. I mean, they probably are, because I thought I heard that Daredevil numbers were up since he was in.
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah.
So. Yeah. We also didn't talk about Jurassic Park trailer.
It was good.
Yeah, you liked it? We didn't. We haven't talked about it either. So.
No. I mean, I think it could be a terrible movie. I mean, I don't know. Fucking the last Fallen Kingdom was awful. So like. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be like fucking amazing, but the fact that it seems like the older cast being back in it and they seem to actually have parts in the movie, that interests me a lot.
Yeah, me too.
To finally see dinosaurs, like we kind of got a peek at it in The Lost World, but like dinosaurs in the real world and they're running down fucking streets and in like in actual places in the city. I'm like, this is fucking cool. But
that part on the ski mountain is so cool. There was like a promo thing, I think, and it was like on a ski mountain. So.
Yeah, and I don't know, it looked cool. There was a couple CG things where some of the dinosaurs look really fucking weird to me, but that could just be early CG or fucking, whatever. So fingers crossed it looks a little better by the time the movie comes out. But I'm a diehard Jurassic Park fan. I will see every Jurassic Park movie they put out, and the trailer got me pumped for it. I'm like, yeah, man, this looks great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a diehard Jurassic Park fan. I love the first one, but really none of them since have really done anything for me.
Yeah,
I still have seen them all, but it took me a while. I think the last one that came out, it took me like over a year, maybe even a year and a half to see it before I actually like I didn't see that one until like last year.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I didn't love it. But yeah, I think this looks pretty cool too. And to be honest, I agree. As soon as I saw Grant and Ellie and Ian Malcolm, I was like, fuck yeah, man. I'm down for that.
I'm in. Yeah.
Yep.
I know. I hope it's really good.
Probably suck, but cool dinosaur.
Yeah. And it says directly in the trailer, the end of the trilogy. So I'm very curious if this will continue in any way after this, or if they really plan on maybe putting a pause on it for a while. I don't know.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Or Jurassic Moon, where they just ship all the dinosaurs off to the moon. Also, just popped in my mind too, is March 4th, Batman. so we can do an episode on that.
March 4th, Batman. I need to make sure I get tickets for that because I really would like to see that.
Yeah, well, you have to see it. We're going to do an episode of the podcast on it.
Yeah,
So.
we will. I'll see it for sure. I want to see it.
Okay. So we can plan that too between now and Moon Knight.
Hey, how did you like? See, we're just everywhere. We're not good at staying on track. How did you like Peacemaker at the end? Pacemaker.
I actually tagged it like 3 episodes ago as Peacekeeper, and I did not realize it until after I did it. And then I was like, that's not what the fucking show is called. No, it's good. There's one more episode. I thought it was the finale this week, but the finale's next week.
Oh, okay.
Really good, really funny, really good episode. Yeah. Still really going strong. Really fucking, I love it. It's hilarious. It's very, very, very James Gunn though. Like, if you weren't a Guardians fan, you're not going to be a Peacemaker fan.
This isn't either.
It's very like tied to music. It's very, very similar to Guardians, and like guy with daddy issues, you know, doing, you know, crazy shit, and depending on music to kind of get him through, you know, his hard times and his mental instability, and like, very, very over the top and very like silly and funny and same comedic tone, but it's awesome. I love it.
Nice.
Easy
Name says I like Suicide Squad, but Peacemaker was a bit too much for me.
I don't know.
I haven't seen it yet.
I disagree.
I only just saw. See, that's like Eldon and Astonishing News and Reviews. He is obsessed with it. He fucking loves it.
I think it's better than Suicide Squad.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like I quite like again, like I have no attachment to the character because like I don't know that character, but like, and I'm not a huge John Cena fan, but I actually thought that out of all the characters in Suicide Squad, I thought John Cena was really, really good because he looked like he was having so much fun, and I was just like, this is great.
Yeah, no, like the whole show to me is the cast having a blast, and the script is just ridiculous enough where it does, like, the story is silly and like, is it like the best written show ever? Like, as far as like a storyline goes, no, but like, it's funny as fuck. I laugh every episode. Like, the cast cracks me up, the storyline cracks me up. Some of the shit some of the people say, I'm like, I'm amazed that this isn't a television show. And yeah, it's just I like it better than Suicide Squad. I think it might be my favorite. I love Guardians 1, but this is probably my second favorite thing that James Gunn's done. Like, I think it's better than Guardians 2.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Not that I love Guardians 2, but
yeah, I would I don't know, I would recommend it highly. I think it's great, and I'm excited to see where it ends next week. And apparently they're doing another show spin off of Suicide Squad
member or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know who they're picking or what, but
who's it gonna be?
I hope they do a second season of the show too, because I think John Cena is awesome as his character. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Somebody referred to John Cena kind of as like Ryan Reynolds, in the sense that he like just loves playing the character and would be open to playing it as long as he's allowed to, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it seems like that. Totally seems like that. It's a character built specifically for him, where he might not be like a great dramatic actor, but the tone and the silliness of the character suit WWE wrestler. Yeah,
totally. Cool. That's great.
Yeah,
I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think that's everything too. My dog's driving me absolutely insane, so I think we should end here.
Oh, jeez. Pat Finnegan, always being a little shit.
He's always being a little jerk. Anyway, yeah, so thanks everybody for watching. My dog's going to bark again, but I apologize.
When he barks, I'm going to bark.
Great. If you haven't already, go to Matt's YouTube channel. He's putting up some great shit, and he'd appreciate you going over there and subscribing. And I can't be serious when you're doing that. But yeah, follow at Customs by Matthew on Instagram as well. You can follow me at Moose Milk Media. Go and follow the podcast on YouTube as well. Search Moose Milk Media on there. And we're also on Spotify and podcasts. So if you listen, will you stop barking?
So good.
Grab us there. And our art is done by @JamieMilnard. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back next week with some random topic that we haven't decided on yet.
Woo! It's going to be all about the Freedom Convoy.
It's gonna be what?
It's going to be all about the Freedom Convoy.
Oh, I think it's Jared from Subway.
It's going to be all about Jared from Subway.
It's like, I don't know if we should do an episode on that.
His name is Jared and Jared.
God damn it. All right. Goodbye.
All right. Peace out.
Later, dude.
See you, man.